Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. Oop. All right, third time doing this. Totally didn't remember I need to stop it. I remembered it last week, 2 weeks ago, though, when random things just started playing. I didn't know. Anyway, hi. Let's talk about season 44, episode 6, Survivor with a capital S. What a merge episode, pre-merge, mergatory. Is that what we call it? Is that what the fandom calls it? Mergatory.
Yeah. Mergatory.
Okay. What a mergatory episode.
Was it Tiffany? Was it Tiffany who coined that? Like in 40, 41, 42?
I think so. I remember somebody said hot, but I don't remember who off the top of my head. All I know is that was a long way to go for the person that we thought was going to go home the whole time to go home. But it was exactly what I had said, not to toot my own horn. It was exactly what I had said last week. Like, he thinks that, everybody wanted to work with him, and,
he had the wrong read in his first tribe, and then in his second tribe, and then in his merge tribe.
Exactly. But you know what? They all
he was too
they
bitter.
immediately were like, it was just like what we thought. Like, hello, they wanted to get him out already. Of course, why wouldn't they stick to that plan? Like, they're calling him like, Superman and Teflon. And hey, Janet's out there in the chat. We're joined live this week. Like every week we're live.
I think
anyway.
that my favorite read overall that involves Josh isn't even his incorrect read. It's the fact that
he lies for no reason.
for no reason. 99% of the group is like, he's Superman. Oh, he's a huge threat. We have to be careful. Like, he has an idol. And then there's like one person that's like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
And it's Carolyn. And, so Jay hasn't, he's been half watching. He's watched more of this season than he has the last 2 seasons. And then, of course, he was at Know-It-Alls last week. So he watched last week's. And then we watched as we were at Les Mis last night. And we watched it today after dinner. And he was just like, man, people really don't listen to Carolyn. Like, she's the only one there that's in the right, that knows what she's doing.
Well, maybe they can't understand.
She's a weirdo.
Bag.
I told you, did I not tell you? I said the girl says bag. Hallelujah. Minnesota has arrived.
Bag. What the hell is she trying to say?
I mean, I got what she was trying to say, because as somebody that is frequently misheard by people, or used to be more frequently misheard by people, I got what she was trying to say. I was also watching it on closed captioning, so I got the context of the situation. But I was just like, I love it. She was like, you mean like
5 years? It took 5 years of me living in the South for me to like stop saying bag. Like I still have to think it bag before I say it. But my father-in-law would always be like, I already bought it. I need to beg for it. I mean, it was like a constant running joke in this family.
That is really funny.
The word bag is truly like deep rooted in the northern roots.
Well, it's funny. But more so than that. But I love that she was just like, you mean bag, like bah. Anyway.
Bag.
The other thing that Jay said, he was like, God, Josh is a terrible Survivor player.
He's the one that I said, I feel like this is going to be the first guy that looks for an idol. Like, even in his interviews, I'm like, this is not going to go well. You could just tell from his interview, like, he really wants it to go well, but it's not going to.
And Jam Jam's not much better. I mean, I was kind of hoping yesterday would do Jam Jam so I could pick someone else, because I don't think he's going to win. That's my winner's pick. I'm like, because both of them were still bitter about that vote. Josh was more open about it and more pissy about it when they merged. He's like, he wasn't even that's stupid. But of course, he just read his former tribe, so he thought he was safe.
I thought for sure if Jam Jam hadn't been so terrified that it was going to be him, that he was like living that, like he was catching his breath. The other part of, because it could go 2 ways, right? Like either, or three ways. Like you're about to get voted out, or you think you're going to get voted out and you can't like breathe your thing because you're so relieved, or you get that adrenaline pump where you're like, yeah, I didn't go home, or, you're safe and you do the, Abby Maria, at least you made it to the jury. And I thought it would have been hilarious last night if Jam Jam had gotten up and been like, girl, bye.
Oh my God. They were
that's all.
each other.
Well, he did this. He kind of clapped. And they cut away from it.
Oh, I must have missed that.
It's a real quick thing where he turns around and goes, I think he's just happy he wasn't voted out, but he was kind of.
I saw that he turned, and then Carolyn looked at him and was like, told you so, dude. So, but again, Carolyn remains my favorite player on the beach right now because she's she's weird, but she knows what's going on.
I love that she has so much personality and is so out there with everything, but she's found a way to like where that forcefulness of I have to be me can still exist because like while it's not like a distraction, but it's almost like, here, talk to my friend while I'm doing all of the math. Like she's always calculating things. They just can't see that she's calculating things because she's rubbing her face and yelling when she's doing it. Yeah, it's the perfect cover up. She's got so many of them fooled right now.
And without her, would the season be boring?
Yeah.
Well, we still have Jam Jam.
And it might not definitely
Jam Jam has lost his luster or whatever you want to call it. He's just proved he's a terrible player. And I'm like going,
he's a better player than Josh though.
Yep.
That's saying a lot. Okay, you're second to last. There's a lot. Actually, to be honest with you, there's a lot of bad players out there.
Oh, sure.
How about Matt, who is just like, nobody's going to know we're together, as I literally try to like mac it with you in front of everybody. It's like, they're literally having pillow talk. And he's like, nobody knows, right? And it's like, dude, everybody knows.
We need to stop. We need to stop being so close. Well, they've been saying that for the last 3 episodes.
Well, every time he talks, do you get the idea, like every time Matt opens his mouth, that he's got like a secret stash of like gummies hidden in the island somewhere?
Like the good gummy.
Yeah. The grown-up gummy.
Grown-up gummies.
Up with like it's such a funny way of explaining himself where it's like, dude, reel it in, man.
Do you think that he doesn't care about winning right now? He's just so smitten that that's taken over his game?
Well, he did talk about how heartbroken he was with his like breakup, right? Yeah. Like it was really an all-consuming low dive. Yeah. So I guess like he might be just getting like running on that like fuel of like a possibility for a new love, So maybe he's just like really amped, and that's why it's like
because Franny almost looks. Franny likes him, but I think she's like, I think she wants to play the game, and she's caught in that. Oh, I don't want to make him mad. But
that's right.
We need to pull away, and she's. I think both of them, they're screwed in their game because we said it weeks ago. It's going to come back to bite them in the butt.
It's scary to have that, but it's going to really. I don't think that Matt is going to be super long for the game. I think
don't either.
I think if he makes it past the next 2 episodes, she navigates the whole real thing. I think she has the capability of navigating her way around it, but I think that her game is going to go from like a 2 to a 10 if he goes. Like I have good feelings that her game is going to go well if he's not there. So I'm okay with. I mean, I like Matt, I do, but for the sake of my winner's pick making it further in this game, I'm gonna say Matt.
You have Franny.
Yeah, that was my second pick.
Okay, I'm just like going, geez, just people break it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so DM Rock says in the chat. Do you think Matt and Franny are dating right now but cannot announce because the season is airing? I heard a rumor from somebody that knows somebody that is related to one of them that they are still dating, but I don't know.
It's a rumor, like by the third power. It's knowledge by the third power, so Yeah, maybe they are.
It's like Ted Lasso. I know somebody whose teacher was an airline pilot.
Basically.
Yeah.
And they looked very sad on the plane. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. Let's see. What? Yeah. It's. I feel like I went through all the biggest things. We can go home now.
Hey, that is that.
It wasn't an action. It wasn't an action-packed episode.
No,
they did their best to try to make it, but you know. What about Carson? Let's talk about Carson telling Zane, and then Zane telling Brandon. Do you think that Carson is going to have to?
I thought it was Kane.
Kane? Oh, Kane. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kane.
I'm like, who's Zane?
I'm confusing him with the dude that Zeke, I think his name was, that got voted
off
first
Zane. He's a cool
during
dude.
The Philippines. I don't know. He gives me that same vibe.
Yeah.
The guy that asked to go home because he couldn't stand quitting.
I don't know why his name came up. I go, he hasn't done anything to show that he. I mean, maybe it could be one of these weird edits where he was the mastermind behind everything. That's why he won. But why was Kane's name even coming up?
Kane is
because Brandon doesn't like him.
Maybe.
Brandon wants him gone.
The fella that had his girlfriend watch him for 4 months and mark down all of his tells. That's who Kane is.
Yes.
So maybe his game's gonna, maybe it looks like the next episode he's going full blown D&D. So maybe we're gonna get a bigger Kane episode next week. I had to write the quote down because it was hilarious to me that Carson said that he wanted to scoop up all of the bottoms. And I said, you do that. You do it.
Did Carson ruin his game by doing that, though?
So that's what So I would think yes, except we're getting such a positive edit from Carson. He's kicking butt in the challenges, and we're seeing he's got a good social game. So I wonder if he's going to have to sacrifice Kane for Brandon to make Brandon happy in a future episode.
I'll probably have to do that, yeah.
Perhaps.
So, because don't forget, he's protected by Jam Jam and Carolyn, too.
I have a sinking feeling that we're getting set up for a Carolyn versus Carson episode down the road. Do
you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't like it because there's all this talk about you're the only person I trust 100% in this relationship between the two of them. But I mean, I guess it could be a red herring. I mean, it could also be that they are, going to be tight, but I don't know. That's just not how the show does things anymore. I'm getting that that Shan and Ricard, it's gonna, yeah. We'll see. I hope not, because I love the two of them working together, but
I do too. So, and I don't know. That's why I think Carson is smart enough to get himself out of the situation.
Yeah.
And Janet says, I like Carson. He killed that puzzle.
I did.
How many different, because Jay actually had seen the last time he did that, where he, created a 3D. Was it the same 3D puzzle? Are they just reusing that same stupid tree every time?
Yeah, they do.
I think it's a similar pattern, probably.
Yep.
That's why they got to change. I'm going, okay, we can't even get people to learn how to start fire before they go. This guy's doing a 3D.
Listen, he had a lot of time doing, what was it, sophomore, freshman year at home during COVID, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. But that's I mean, Survivor would be better off saying, okay, all right, we need to change some of these things if people are actually practicing them at home before they come on the show.
They really do need to. And I don't think, unless designs, which could be a possibility, unless specific designs are patented or whatever, you would feel that the franchise itself would occasionally just be see something they like, on another version, be okay, let's do that. Let's swap our design with that design, do a swap. Because the same thing happens in the other Survivors too. It's not just here where it's after, a handful of seasons, they start to see the same rhythms in the same competitions. So.
Because that's not, if you haven't done before, that's not an easy puzzle.
No, I would not think so. But he seemed to know where like every piece went. That's why I kind of do think it was
unless
like
his pieces were numbered. So
yeah. Yeah, but he was flying through. It was pretty great too because
that was was incredible.
Jeff was just, I mean, he was gobsmacked. That Jeff, you know how much he loves to see someone on fire, like in those puzzles. So he was like, he's killing it.
But hopefully Carson is smart and doesn't tell people that he
said he wasn't going to after the first time.
Not like Sling Matthew.
As he's falling from the rock. I've practiced this before.
I swear I successfully climbed up rocks and didn't dislocate my shoulder before.
I'm usually very good at this.
I didn't realize the rocks were so slimy. I've never been to the ocean before. Anyway.
Oh, poor Matthew.
Poor Matthew. Poor Sling Matthew.
Anyway, if he had a sling ahead of time, he could have maybe got a cut on the rock. It wouldn't have fallen all the way down.
Like a hammock. He'd have been fine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm safe.
Oh, actually, Jamie, there was an update about Sling Matthew. Do you want to share that?
I don't have it like on. I can't go through all of the surgeries. He had like multiple surgeries. Do you remember? It was like it was a ton of surgeries to fix what was actually going on with his shoulder. So he had like multiple tears. Didn't he have like a bone fragment or something? And it was a long list of like, it was what, 8-9 months of rehabilitation. Like just bad. It was a lot. It was a lot. So yes, he was hurt.
Well, I can say from shoulder surgery, it took a good year. That's why I said I would never do it again. I would just live with the pain. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, once we started reading through the list, I was like, okay, yeah. Like the fact that he had all of that.
You were in pain.
Yeah. Like, all right.
I still
you had a real owie.
I wouldn't have quit. They would have to vote me out.
I would have asked for, can we at least go to tribal and have a pity vote out?
No, I just would have just dealt with it.
So I did get a little like this is in regards to somebody who was an interview 5 hours long, by the way, a deep dive of 5 hours long of a person that was in this season of Australian Survivor, and they were talking about medvacs and injuries in the game and the differences between in like the rules in Australia and in the US. And in the US, they can say, okay, I quit, I'm done. But like, they do not get final say. They don't get final say. Like the survivor gods are like, you're out. I don't care, you're out. And in Australia, they have a 24-hour rule. So if they can get you to the facility and get you the scan or the MRI, and then
that feels fair. Like in a way, it feels fair because
you can compete. Then you can compete. Like no one's gonna pull you.
And okay, I hope that people don't get too mad at me for saying this, but isn't that such an American thing to do? You have to like either play through your pain, that's your worth in the game, or like, you know what I mean? Like you don't get help. Like I think, and even if not even a 24-hour window, I'd be okay with even a 12-hour window. Get him to a hospital. Like if Bruce, like if he didn't have a concussion, if they got him there, they, x-rayed him, he was fine and really did feel better within that same day. Why not let him go back? Like what is he getting? Like it's day one. Oh my God, he might get some fluids in him that's going to give him an advantage for the rest of the game. Like
go ahead.
According to Jeff, he said, now I don't know if it's the same as for their at stay location that they're at now. I think he might have also been referring to this, but yes, it was because he was talking at the beginning of the season. The closest facility that they had to bring, who was the first one who had the concussion?
Bruce.
Was Bruce. It was 9 hours away. So for him to get the scans that he needed to actually see how bad the injury was, that's 9 hours before they can even get to the
he said he was in the hospital for 3 days, didn't he? Didn't he say he was in the hospital? A concussion is I mean, years ago we just you got a concussion, big deal. Well, now it is a big deal because
just don't let him sleep, right?
just let them sleep, just do that. And concussions take a while. I know my last one was like 2 weeks.
Well, and concussions are tech, because I read about these recently, because did I tell you guys, or did I tell the broadcast? I got what was it called, a stinger? I was sitting, I had to go sit in the back seat of the van, and I wasn't used to that, so I jumped up, and I was all
it down by the river?
No, and I smashed my head, and I slammed my neck back, and it hurt from going all the way down, like to here. And it hurt for several days, and I was genuinely worried that I had a concussion or something, so I was reading about them. And I didn't realize that they are considered traumatic brain injuries, even though, you know, it's not the highest level of severity, obviously, thank God. But yeah, I didn't
that's
really
why
realize.
You see professional, you know, in professional sports and stuff now you're allotted like a certain number of concussions, and then you can't play anymore. Because apparently it builds up.
But the goal is still 0 concussions, right?
The goal is 0.
I know when I was still reffing, I had to take a class, a 2-hour online class to detect concussions.
Wow.
I was like going, and because there's different, I mean, if the coaches don't see it, you have to be able to go, hey, I think this kid needs to this player needs to get off the ice because he's got a concussion. I mean, I did it a couple times going, okay, this kid is just, he's not there. I mean.
Yeah, then I went down this dark rabbit hole of how like brain injuries can actually alter your personality and like turn you into a psychopath. And then I got really scared. For
sure.
Actually,
I was like, okay, I got to stop this.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. Being around you, your personality got better.
I know, right? I'm so much more friendly since I hit my head on Jay's birthday.
It's just been up ever since.
Oh no, it was very terrifying though. We were going to take Jerry back to the airport, and I was like, "Oh, I'll sit in the back. Don't worry, no problem." And I never sit in the back, so I just was like, "La la 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 la," boom, and like I had to like lay down. I was like, "Oh my god," because my neck, it was just in my neck hurt so bad at first. I was like, "Did I just like give myself whiplash?" Because I didn't know it all happened so fast. Anyway,
so as far as Bruce, they probably did the right thing taking him out of the game. But
sounds like it. Yeah.
But again, Matthew did the right thing.
Yeah, back on track.
And Matthew, the sad thing is, he doesn't fall off that rock. He's got a good chance to win the game because there's not a lot of smart players, in my opinion.
Oh my god,
out there.
I can't. Like,
I know. I think he did really have a good chance of going.
Yeah,
really,
that
really
part
deep.
just kills me because you just know, like, what little we do know. It is very clear that he is the personality that like wanted this so badly, and for his just a dumb, stupid thing. It's not a challenge. It's not an accident on the beach that somebody else caused, like running into him. Like it's just his own dumbass move, and now he's out. Yeah. His dream is dead, and like he's got to live with that. That's hard.
I say there's like 4 or 5 people that are playing that know what they're doing out there. The other ones are just, I can do this.
Who would you say knows what they're doing out there?
I say Carson knows what he's doing out there.
I agree.
Carolyn knows what she's doing. The only problem with Carolyn is she gets a little irritated with people, and it shows. She doesn't hide it.
I think. Okay. So I think she's one of those people that she weirds other people out, but also because I think it's one of those people that other people don't know. But Jam. Sorry. Okay. They don't know how to handle her vibes, but like somebody like Jam knows exactly how to handle her vibes, thrives off that energy. Yep. And I think that's why they're so good together. And I also think Carson knows how to handle her vibes. But like somebody like Helen, remember Helen, the second vote off, clearly did not know how to handle her vibes. No. But that's also a weakness on everybody's part too, right? Like she couldn't figure out how to jump into the conversation tonight. And her contribution was, I like sweating.
I have trouble, when I don't know people getting into a conversation.
Exactly.
It's awkward. I don't know. I've ever said I enjoy sweating. I don't ever said that, but
Carolyn and Jam make me feel seen. I am every single day so happy that through like Metro Buzz and the Jay and Jack podcast, the broadcast, that I have found people that are friends with me because they like how weird I am.
Yeah.
But like I'm routinely reminded when I go into the real world that like I say some really weird freaking things. Like people do get weirded out. And I'm like, oh, that's right. You're not with your people. You need to change into your like, you know, I'm a normal human being like face. Like, you know, you gotta check it. Like Jam Jam made me feel seen tonight at Tribal Council, where he was like, you know, I say things and I watch people's faces when I say things, and then
because that's the way I've been my whole life. But then again,
me too.
I literally looked over at my husband and was like, oh my God, that's everything I feel. And my husband's like, me too.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. Like, we so get it. Anybody who's
Marianne,
ever been told,
Carolyn,
like,
to Jam Jam.
You know?
I want New Survivor to be the era of the actual personable weirdos. Not the ones that are like the Maxes out there or the Shireens. You want like the charismatic weirdos. Let's usher in that, like how Comic-Con, like, you know, started out with like some of the like, you know, Kane like weirdos, but then like it kind of morphed into a more mainstream weirdo.
Yeah. Well, I think things like I think really, I honestly believe Comic-Con made being weird common or popular. It brought people out that it's like, I mean, I still freak.
The weirdos are the cool ones, and
there's still too many people there. But it just, I mean, I get, you know, because there's just too many people there. But I really think it did that. I think it, because there's 100,000 people there. They get comfortable and they just, you know, they're, oh, you like this, because like Kane, when he realized that Carson was a geek like him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Island Life.
Do you guys think that like the David and I kind of looking back, it's like I feel like the vibe of the show and like Jeff's projection of the stories he wanted to tell, like I feel like it really shifted in like David and Goliath, because that's when we had people like David and Christian, and even with Cochran, different seasons. But
early prototype of the lovable weirdo.
Yeah, I think that
early prototype of the lovable weirdo.
The people that you just in regular life, you don't think that they could possibly do something so difficult or change their stripes, you know, like, and because Jeff loves to see that, like, I was this little guy who didn't think I could do anything, and look at me now story. And now, like, that's 80% of our cast.
Yeah, I think Jeff needs to see a therapist, because he really does love that. And I feel like he's got some things to unpack there with that. But you know what? It's okay. Janet says I am lovable weirdo. So thank you, Janet. And then she also says Carson and Carolyn need to get those bros out.
Yes.
I agree. I wonder if that's part of Carson's plan to, like, he's got to, you know, Danny's biggest to Brandon.
Danny's biggest mistake is getting hooked up with Brandon.
I agree.
Because he's changed his whole demeanor of the game. Brandon, I actually think, is a good player, but I think he's just he's a target out there because he's so big and he's good in the challenge.
What do you mean? Guys like them never win anything. Never win Survivor.
He's not going to win anything. And Danny has become. We saw it, you know, 2 weeks ago when they were
last week. Yeah, let your bro flash by.
Love your tattoo.
Tattoos.
Carolyn's like going, I have a whole sleeve here. You know, it's like, and they're just ignoring her. I go that again. I can't believe how stupid people are when you're in a social game and you don't. It's like Josh when they merged, he completely said, "Screw you, Jam Jam. I got my people. I got people over here that I'm working with." You never do that. You never let someone. It's poker. You never let someone know that you have 3 aces, whatever it is. You never know you have a pat hand when you go into a merge, like it wasn't technically a merge, but you know what I mean.
That whole thing that they did too, that they may see, you know, after their game, but that whole like the way that they were doing this in front of Carolyn, I think is going to make a big shift in their game, not just because Carolyn experienced it and was like, okay, look out for this group of people. But according to an interview of Carolyn's, after she went back to the camp.
She's allowed to give interviews even though the season's ongoing?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So apparently. But after
she was talking and someone overheard her.
There we go.
There it is. She said that after she had gone back to the camp, and told Josh and Jam Jam what had happened. And just like reliving it, she said she got really emotional. She's like, it made her cry like a lot because her feelings were really hurt. And at first she was just mad and just like, I can't believe this happened. She's like, but it stirs up a lot of stuff and a lot of insecurities, like all the way down from probably when you're a kid, I would think. But like she went through a lot that evening, like just expressing that and crying about it. And I think that's where her and Jam Jam actually rebonded. Like it could have completely gone a different way and Carolyn could have been the one going home, but because they did that and she expressed how she felt about it, and then like Jam Jam's like, oh, hello, I know what it feels like to be left out.
Right.
I think that just maybe rebonded something that was, starting to kind of tear apart a little bit.
But isn't that where Josh made his mistake, where he could have said, hey, I did lie about the idol because I thought for sure I was going home because you two are so close. I want to work with both of you. I want to get, and then when you go to the merge, you say, even if you don't, you tell people that because he was like saying, I don't need you. I was like, and Josh is a smart guy.
Didn't he? Like, didn't he have like 4 different stories he had to tell about this idol?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, he's such a bad liar. Carolyn was just like, no, guys, it was the 3 of us. He used the beats from Tree Mail. Like, I'm telling you. Like,
and I was so getting like I
might have
flashbacks of her like her little like luncheon with the boys when they're all like, yeah, but I think he has an idol, and she's like, he doesn't have an idol.
No, and they're not listening to her.
And you know what? I think that's going to be a lot of people's downfall is they're not going to listen to her. And
I will laugh at every one of them as they walk out of this game for not listening to her.
So, well, real quick, Jan says if Carolyn finds another idol advantage, she'll be able to do some things. She's smart. I agree. I can't wait
she's extremely smart.
I can't wait for Carolyn to get to the final 3. Oh, I said this before. I'm sorry. I'm just so pleased with the idea of this scenario where she's like, I told you this and I told you this and I told you that. Did I tell you this before? Or did I tell Jay this before? It's been a long week.
I don't remember. You hit your head and it's all confusing.
I hit my head and I've clearly anyway, so like I can't wait for her to go to the final and be like, so here's why you should vote for me. Starting at the merge, I told you that he didn't. I was right. This happened. I told you guys, nobody listened to me. I went on this reward with you. You guys ignored me.
Nobody listened to me.
I took what you said and I turned the tables to get Josh. He would have been voted out that night. I, blew up his spot in front of everything, and it wasn't even his spot to blow up. It was your spot, but I used it to blow him up. I did this, I did that, future things. Like, I can't wait for her to get there.
I got the idol out of the birdcage. I planted a fake idol. Sarah bought it. She just didn't end up getting to use it.
And nobody thought she was there was 5 people there, right? When she got the idol?
Yeah.
Nobody the other 4 people didn't think she had it.
The whole tribe. Yep.
The whole, it's like.
Yes, they literally accused everybody but her.
She wasn't even with you. Yet.
Carson still doesn't know. He goes, somebody from my original tribe could have an idol. He doesn't even know.
Yeah. She's just, they're underestimating her. And that's why I hope she wins the game because they're just, someone like that, when you got going, okay, she's smart. She might be a little, personality obnoxious, as far as, being loud and stuff like that.
Awkward.
But you're ignoring her game. You're ignoring her. You're not thinking of her as a threat. I don't know how you can think that after like 3 days, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
And yet she's, like I said, Colleen, she'll have a great resume when she gets there. When the people on the jury are going to be like, how you always have that one person going, the whole jury will be like this.
Right.
The cameras won't know who to go to. Because like, wow, she did all that?
Maybe it'd be Jam Jam. He's just going to keep going like this.
Yeah.
Nobody can see me except the people watching this right now.
I didn't know you had that. You didn't tell me.
Janice says, I hope she makes it all the way and uses her idol to pick who gets to go with her to the end. Oh, that would be fun too.
Yeah. I mean, really, there's really no scenario that involves like Carolyn making it to the end that probably wouldn't be just great. I mean, like, it's just whatever it takes, girl, you get there, and I am on board.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think she'll be right now. I thought maybe she would go out last week. I said, okay, but she's not a target.
Yeah.
She's not even on anyone's radar.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll have to see when they have to start doing something that's like with individual, and they've got some endurance things that they have to work on. I wonder how she'll do with endurance. I feel like she has the possibility of doing fairly well.
I do too, especially if it's like I don't know. I feel
hang in there and bear through the pain situation.
Well, she's only going to be able to do it if she can take off her pants.
Pantless only.
Right, let her take off
how she excels.
Let's friggin' go.
But I think that it's a twofold, right? Because on one hand, I think that she would be really good at that, which will obviously have benefits to her game. But I think that's when there's going to be a target. Like if she is any good at that, that's when the target's really going to start coming at her. Because I mean, especially if the dude bros are like having any real agency and power in the game at that point in time.
Yeah.
Dude bros hate girls that can like hold on to things. Her and Lauren, I suspect her and Lauren have the best capability of just hanging in and like kicking everyone's butt in endurance.
Problem with the dude bros, there's only two of them. I mean, who else would work with them? I mean, they don't really have, like I said, they're together. I don't think they could work. Who are they working with?
So I
think Kane would work with them if he felt that they were going to offer up protection. I could see Kane working with them.
I could see Kane working with them. We know that Danny and Heidi are working together, or we've been told that at least from their.
It really does seem like Heidi and Lauren will probably lean more towards working with the dude bros, and then maybe when they're gone, we'll see what they do. But that is like a very typical like alliance that you're seeing form. It's like the natural alliance that forms is happening over there, and I think they'll involve Kane, and then I think it's going to be a pretty clear line between like the underdogs, but one of them is going to be back and forth, and I think Carson wants it to be him, but I think it's going to be Kane if he's there past his D&D episode next week.
Okay, speaking of, before we move on to the tally of the votes, does anybody have last thoughts about the episode? Kind of wild that we've not heard like anything from Lauren in like many weeks, lots of weeks.
Well, didn't Mike Bloom
he belly flopped and that was it?
Didn't Mike Bloom tweet something about was it Heidi and was it Helen, Heidi and Lauren you just mentioned? Do Survivor fans know who these two people are?
Oh, did he?
It was two people. I was like going.
It's got to be.
And I went, wait, who are those two people?
Well, I know Heidi because I met her last week, and she was delightful. I also get vibes that Jamie's not long for this world. And I know I say this every week, but like she's out there and she's like, I'm the most valuable player here. Like Barbie has value.
She's anti-Carolyn, right? Like she has all the same energy types, but she doesn't have the sub Jamie that stands behind her and does the math. So she's going to be a quick target to that.
Yeah, I was like going at one point. When she was crying, I was like going, "Okay, you won. Move on. It's okay."
She has
a flair. She has a flair for the dramatics. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She definitely has. She definitely has like she's young person vibes, like very. But
she's the one that left the. Is she the one that left the corporate world to be a yoga instructor?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Because she was like pretty jammed that she didn't have to like force meditation on people because everyone on her tribe just like did it.
Oh my God. Still rolling my eyes. I don't know.
Meditation. The tribe that meditates together stays together.
Janet says I cannot wait for her to play her fake idol. I know. Oh man.
Oh my God. She's gonna cry a lot.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't get for that.
Oh yeah, she's one of those people that's gonna cry through her vote off confessional for sure, like her little talking head.
Matthew was in some of his exit interviews. It was brought up. I think it might have been Mike Bloom, who was like, "Okay, so like you're really excited about working with Jamie, but like Jamie's the one you gave the fake idol to." Like, how are you, like, it's like, well, like, we kind of bonded because of the fake idol. I'm not sure how that was going to play out.
Oh
man.
my God. Oh my God. I can imagine, like, if he was still in the game and she goes to play an idol, he's like, no, Jamie, not that one. Play this one. Play the other one.
and Carolyn said the same with the fake idol with Sarah. Like, she's like, on one hand, I would have loved to see her play it, but on the other hand, I'd have been like, I'm so bad.
I like Janet says, even better if she plays it to try and save someone.
Oh my God.
I'm playing this for such and such. And they're like, yeah.
Okay.
This is not an idol.
So
no.
I'm playing this for my tried BFF.
Best fan fiction is that Matt plays his idol, his fake idol, to save Franny. We get this is not a real idol. And then Jamie goes, oh my God. And then she tries to play it to save Franny. This is not a real idol.
Are they going to put Josh's fake idol back in the game?
I don't know. I don't know if the fake ones get tossed back in.
I don't think the fake ones
Again, I don't know why he just didn't come clean and said, yeah, I just did it to try and save myself that night. I don't have an idol.
Yeah, I had to do what I had to do. I didn't have anybody there.
I'm not saying to the whole group. I'm saying to Carolyn
just again, it's like keep it simple, stupid. Like, don't tell the elaborate lies. You're bad at these.
Well, especially when you
and tell
when you're not good at it and you start and you keep going and trying to expand it. I don't. Well, it could be an idol. I don't know if it could be. I felt so bad for him. His confessionals, like I just wanted to make it to the merge and the jury, and I was like,
oh, I know. He seems like he's a nice person, a good person who has survived a lot of traumatic experiences in life. So, like,
yeah, I mean, it just
great for him.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Let alone playing.
I'm also like laughing though at the same time, and maybe a bit of a mean snark, but it's like, you just wanted to make it to merge. It's 12 days, dude. Like, all you had to do was not be dumb about your lies. It's 12 days to make it to merge now.
Don't be so petty. Like, again, when you were so petty against Jam Jam, you're like,
just chill. Like, okay,
you can't eliminate. I keep saying this over and over. You can't eliminate anybody that you could work with.
Right.
Yes. And when he went to Jam Jam and was like, here's the deal. Let's both write down Kane. I'm not going to write down your name. You don't write my name down. Let's show them. It was the first time he actually
talked to him
into the game. And it was like, now you want to play the game. Now you're using your head. This is what you should have been doing 2 days ago.
Yeah. He was like, girl, I'm not going to play my fake idol for you, but it's a real idol. But the fake one, I'm not going to play it for you, girl. But like,
that's where you should say, come on, Jam Jam. You know it's fake. I know it's fake. Everybody knows it's fake.
Yeah.
Let's just work together.
Yes. And I love right away, like, okay, this is a solid plan. He makes really good points. And then right away, Jam Jam's like, okay, so you're going to play your idol for me. Yeah. No.
Well, yeah, because at that point, it's just two of them. Like, oh my God. What is that going to do? Real quick, 2 last words from the viewers. Janet says it would be great if Jamie gave the real idol to someone to save them and then played the fake one to save herself.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be so delicious. From a fan point of view.
To be on Survivor and think that you have an idol and it turns out to be a fake idol, and how do you live with yourself going, okay, because I don't see Jamie. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't see her coming back as a player again. So
no, you never know.
You never know, but I'm just saying, as of now, she hasn't been great TV. So it's like, God,
but
go out that way would suck.
Doesn't her real idol is not good anymore? Because the same idol Carson had. Where now that they're on the same beach, it doesn't work. Yeah.
And I really like how Carson, and maybe it was a little risky, but the way that Carson just kind of was like, oh yeah, I had an idol, it's not good anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I wouldn't have said anything.
But I don't think I would either. I don't think that with the caliber of players that he's with, I don't think it ruffled any feathers. I think they were like, oh, you had one and you didn't. Okay. And then they moved on, and well, he'll tell
me. He didn't need to use it. He didn't go to tribal.
Yeah. You know, like, I think it just ticked that that note of like, well, he's honest, and that's all that they heard. Like, I don't think you were like, wait a minute.
That's true, because I would have been like, wait, you had an idol that didn't tell anybody?
Now that's where his age comes into play. Because I don't know if somebody else in that situation could have gotten away with it.
Plus there was no reason to tell Kane. If they want to vote for Kane, you let them vote for Kane. Yeah. You don't put your head on the platter.
Especially because Kane was just the decoy vote. He wasn't even the person they were going to vote out.
Yeah, if Josh had an idol, then Kane was the sacrifice, right? So,
yep.
Anyway, I like Carson. I think Carson can win this game. I really do.
Yeah. He's going to scoop up all the bottoms and then run all the puzzles that he has memorized.
Well, I wish I would have picked Carson instead of Jam Jam.
They really, during the challenge, they really got those balls in the hole.
They did.
There was a lot. There was a lot of that. Can we
had that big ball this week.
Can we talk about that ramp? Like having to run up that ramp, and I'm like having flashes of like,
they all kicked butt with the exception of Jamie, which I would have been Jamie, so no shame in that game. But
she's really tiny. That ramp is going to be like a major.
I was shocked at how many people got up that so quickly. Yeah, that was incredible to me.
Franny, right? She's like, I've got this. Off she goes. It's like Ninja Warrior. Just off she goes.
Seriously. And then Sherry had said if someone has two idols and one of them is fake, they play the first one. They play the fake one first. Do you think Jeff would let them play the second one?
If they have two, why not?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I think Jeff is whatever is for whatever is going to make good TV.
Yep.
So
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Let's move on to the tally the vote, but before we'll take our quick little break right here. Okay, we're back, squeaky chairs and all.
Sorry, that's my back.
Oh
no, I'm kidding.
I know. I'm supposed to order you a new microphone.
You still haven't done it yet?
I was told last night as I was in the middle of doing something.
Actually, Jay told me a month ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago. All right, it was like
no,
I was
like
there.
A month ago. Yeah,
I was there. I know. Yes, I will get that when we hang up.
I'm sorry, my body's killing me and I can't get comfortable, so the chair's gonna have to squeak.
Okay, let's see. Let's tally the votes.
I know I lost.
Up on the screen, we have the tally the votes. So last, as far as Josh goes, Jamie had him pre-merge, Jack had him final three, and I had him merge. Jamie also had bet the one tally that he'd be the first one to look for the idol.
Oh, that's right. You told me that last week. Okay.
I did. So Jamie gets a point for that. And now Jamie has 3.5 points, which will always be 3.5 point because now
it was just
half points are thing.
Yeah.
It was a story. The fact that he was so smart that I figured, okay, he'll be a good player, but you got to be able to lie in this game.
Unfortunately, he's too honest that he's just a terrible liar.
Yeah.
As far as who's going home, I had Josh. Jack had Lauren. Lauren who? And
I had Carolyn. Did I have Lauren?
Sorry, you had Carolyn. And Jamie had Josh. So now Jamie has, is that 1, 2, 3, 4.5 points? What is this? Is that 4? I can't see. My eyes are that bad. Hold on. Okay. So Jamie has 4
I'm dying
points.
here, my team. I'm dying.
I only have 2. So Jamie's running away with 4.5.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't worry. I'm no pace car.
We don't have any emails this week, so we'll skip over that. But if you want to send us any emails, survivorjjc@gmail.com. We love feedback. I love feedback. Okay. Who do we think is going home next week? And yes, I will take suggestions from the chat.
Ooh.
Because I don't know. I'm leaning on either Kane or Matt because
I'm gonna go with Matt because it's his first time he has a vote.
Oh, that's who I'm going for too. Are we all unanimously voting for Matt?
Oh, I'll do Kane then.
Okay.
I'll do Kane.
I could be wrong, but I don't see Kane going home.
He could be getting his story though. I mean, like his goodbye story. So
that's true.
Wow, we didn't even need the we didn't even need the chat to catch up and see this. We were like, bang, all over it. Yeah. If anybody is wrong, change our minds. If not,
tell me now. Tell
me now. Well, let's see. I don't even think we need to go through who's left, but we've got Brandon, Franny, Kane, Jamie, Carson, Heidi, Danny, Lauren, Jam, Carolyn, and Matt. Really just getting the Matt and Kane vibes.
I think at this point, Matt just wants him and Franny to be voted out so they can go to Ponderosa.
I know. I think he wants them to be the first to vote out so they get a whole Ponderosa. 3 days, 2 days together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what it, because again, I don't think Matt cares about the game anymore.
Oh,
I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he's in love. It happened.
Yeah. And didn't I don't think it was on tonight's or this week's episode. I think it was like a preview for next week. Does Lauren tell somebody? Yeah, no, Lauren did tell them about her extra vote. Right?
Yes, it was this episode.
It was this episode. Somebody said that Lauren mentioned she had the extra vote.
Okay.
Carson, I think. Oh, is that why Carson?
Yeah, we actually don't see Lauren because that would give her airtime. But
I don't know why. She seemed fun. She's a teacher. I don't know why they didn't.
I don't know.
They don't give her any airtime.
That's because we've had so much Carolyn.
That's true.
It really is. It's like the ratio.
The Carolyn season.
Yeah, it's definitely and their tribe is their tribe's been who's always going to tribal. So the first losers are the stars of the show. That's just that
is what it is. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, everybody, I feel good with my pick. I think. I don't know. I think you guys might get it, but playing for that odd point that I might get that you don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Thanks to the chat that tuned in. We appreciate it. Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Hope that you'll all join us next week. Are we back to Wednesday next week?
I think so.
April 12th?
Yeah. I did enjoy watching it without commercials.
I did too. I have to say it was nice. It was nice.
That's why I don't start watching until like 25 minutes into the
live I don't have that ability.
I know.
Paramount Plus won't let me do that. They're saying, "No, you're watching the commercials."
I know I told this story in the broadcast, but did I tell you guys here how I accidentally got paid for the year of Paramount Plus and
I don't know if
Showtime?
You told us the story, but I did see that you wrote that.
Oh, so I needed to watch Stand By Me for the broadcast, and it was only available on Showtime, but I thought because it was on the Paramount Plus app, because they're like partnered now, so you have to pay the extra to bundle them together. And I clicked on, just the link. It was like, click here, because I was interested in seeing how much it would be. It was like, click here for the bundle. And I guess it's because they already had my credit card information on file because I was logged in, that when I clicked on it, they were like, thank you for signing up. Your next payment will be March 29th, 2024. And I was like, I'm sorry, did I just pay for a year for both of these? And I did.
Is it cheaper for a year? Probably.
Yes. Yeah. It is cheaper. I think it saves you $20 overall, $15 overall.
That adds up.
It does add up. But now I have so then when I went in again, I could upgrade to the no commercials for the same exact price. So I just, changed what box I had checked off, and it didn't cost anything extra. So now I accidentally paid for the year for both of the networks. And no commercials.
Living the life. Girl.
The life. I do think it's kind of BS, though, that it wasn't like, are you sure you want to purchase this kind of screen? But whatever.
I had an argument with my granddaughter today. She's 4. She kept saying, there's ads on this. I said, you mean you're getting commercials? She goes, no, ads. I go, it's the same as commercials. No, they're ads. I go, that's a commercial. So I go, why am I arguing with her? And then her mom came in and I said, okay, I'm done.
4.5-year-old logic, man.
Pick and fight with toddlers, man.
I mean, when I was young,
she's a preschooler.
you didn't have any choice. You had to watch. You had to watch commercials, and now it's like a big deal. It's like because Sydney finally went the extra $4 a month, $5 a month to not do commercials on Hulu anymore. Thank God.
So I don't really mind the Paramount commercials were like 3 minutes long. But I don't mind the Hulu commercials because they're like 30 seconds and like you get a second to like check your phone
commercial.
Or whatever. Yeah, but I just mute it and check my phone or whatever. It doesn't bother me that much.
I'm going to disagree on the Hulu commercials for this one thing. Because every so often they throw that commercial where they try to make you interact with it. And it makes me so mad. Like, it makes me so mad.
That's true. I just ignore that though.
There was a commercial that came every time on Hulu. It was a band. Ooh, I only want to dance with you. At first, I was like the first 3 weeks, I go, what are they selling here? What am I missing here? I go, is it shoes? Because they kept showing the shoes. I go, so I finally looked up. I go, oh, they're a band. They're promoting their band. I go, okay, I get it now. And all day long, I'd be singing that stupid song, but once clicked on their album
where they're at the bowling alley and stuff. It's still
yes.
And every single time, my 8-year-old stops and goes, "That's good music, I'll tell you what."
He's right. He's right. It's a catchy song. It's a catchy song. But it's just like, I go, just like, oh my God. I didn't know I kept going, what are they selling? I go, I don't get it. I didn't think that a band, but it makes sense because that song gets in your head.
Which commercial? Like which band?
It's almost, the group is Almost Monday. I finally figured that out too.
I guess I'm not watching a lot of Hulu lately.
Look at how much you have learned about this band just because they bought airspace.
If they come to Raleigh, I'm going to the damn concert. I say, I've seen your commercial.
Will you sign my laptop screen?
I'll be like this. I'll be like this when they come on the set. See if I can do this fast.
Uh oh. Oh my God. All right. Thank you, everyone. I don't think I gave the Patreon link. It's patreon.com/Jay and Jack. That's where we were before this tangent. And now we're going to get out of here for real. Check out the other shows on the network, Realmcast After Dark, Broadcast, whatever else is coming up soon. I think Amazing Race. Are you guys doing that? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
When that comes back?
Is it coming back?
I thought I saw a commercial for it. But I could be wrong. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Was I thinking of a different one?
I'm sure it goes Amazing Race and then Big Brother starts at the end of Amazing Race. Is that
we just had Amazing Race.
I thought Amazing Race, are they doing it twice in 1 year?
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. Just ignore me. It's late. I need to go.
Ooh, maybe it's the challenge.
They used to do it twice. Yeah. They used to do it twice in 1 year.
Well, okay, right after we were done, Jay switched over to YouTube because I had been cleaning up for dinner and was like in the kitchen. I didn't realize he switched. And that dude, that the pitcher for the Dodgers that got kicked off because he choked the lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So he
he
has a YouTube channel and he went to Japan or what?
Yeah, I didn't know he had a YouTube channel.
He played in Japan, right? Recently.
Yeah, he's in Japan right now because he.
Okay, so he has a YouTube channel.
Here's the proper way to choke a female.
Don't. That's the answer. That's the proper way. Don't. But anyway, so Jay switched it over, and I guess he was like preparing to go to Japan, and I was just like, "What is this? Are you watching the challenge? Did they let that guy on national TV?" And then I realized that he's like, "No,
this is blank on his name." Come on, Janet, you know who it is. No.
Twister.
I can't remember his name.
Maybe I've got my people mixed up. Anyway, all right. Good night.
No, it's him, but I can't remember his name.
Cool. All right, this is fantastic TV.
We're on top.
Goodbye, all.
Is it Trevor Bauer?
Trevor Bauer. That's it. I knew there was a T involved somewhere. Okay.
Not playing with full deck.
Happy Passover to those celebrating and happy Easter to those who will celebrate. Bye. My name is Colleen.
Jamie.
Bye.
I'm Bag.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm ending this. Goodbye.